There are so many TV shows that one can't even count. Hundreds, I dare say thousands of them out here, but people have their favorites. I have my favorites, and I also have my least favorite TV shows. So I'm going to be mentioning my top 29 TV shows of all time, starting from my honorable mentions. Heroes and Heroes Reborn. I love Heroes and Heroes Reborn, but it's going to remain in my honorable mentions. Shadowhunters, another good one. Constantine. I didn't see the Constantine movie, but I did see this TV show and it was promising. This was when I think CW were in their prime and they gave us a very good season. But alas, they didn't continue it. Supernaturals, another good one from CW. Smallville. I love Clark Kent. I love Lana Lang, but it's going to remain in my honorable mention. Nancy Drew. It's a good show, right? I loved it. Grimm. Yeah, another very memorable TV show about a cop who could see supernatural creatures and it was his job to take them out. Next, The Flash. Obviously, I was going to mention The Flash. Until he fell off, it was, to me, one of the best TV shows of all time. Now to the funny ones. Murderbot. This is a new release. It's funny as hell. It's about a robot who wants to live like a human. He's an enslaved robot, but he yearns for freedom and he's willing to do anything to get his freedom. The Office. It's funny as hell, that TV show. But then again, it has a lot of cringe moments. Michael Scott, for example. Every scene that guy is in is cringe as hell. But it's a good cringe, if you get my drift. It's a good kind of cringe, which makes it very funny. He's a very stupid character, but he's funny. Modern Family, another great TV show. The Walking Dead. Walking Dead, I'd consider it to be one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Until, Skinwalkers. Forgotten what they were called. But yeah, after that season, I felt like The Walking Dead dropped off. It was the only show where I couldn't predict who was going to die next. Okay, every single one of the main cast, I think most of them died off. They killed them off. Okay, I didn't know which of the characters were going to die next. It was filled with heart and passion. I loved The Walking Dead. It was a good show. Love, Death and Robots. Man, this show released by Netflix has to be one of the most sinister shows I've ever seen in my life. Okay, this is an anthology series basically, and every single episode makes me think, what the actual hell are these writers on? Okay, they must have been on some serious crack to be thinking up some of the shit that I see in this show. One of the last episodes of the first season got me thinking, to be honest. It was one of the most entertaining shows I binged watched during the pandemic. Next up, Daredevil. Daredevil has to be one of the best Marvel TV shows also released by Netflix. The damage done by the Foot Clan was irreparable. Did I call them the Foot Clan? Sorry, the Hand. The Foot. I think the Foot Clan is from the TMNT series. Yeah, the Hand. Their ninjas are able to hold their breath. Hold their breath. No, they were able to stop their heartbeats. Matt was unable to detect these ninjas' heartbeats. Their ninjas are top tier villains. Evil motherfuckers, honestly. One of the best shows I've ever seen, Daredevil. It was a good show. Next up, C. Another very good show. It's a post-apocalyptic movie where humans had lost the ability to see. Everyone's blind basically. And the first episode of that TV show showed me that there are some very creative ways to kill people. It was brutal. The martial arts in this movie was insane. Very good TV show. Recommend it. The Boys next. The Boys fell off after season 4 for me. No, season 3. Let me make that correction. After season 3, after Hirogasm, started to fall off hard. The Boys is also gruesome. Some episode made me go, what the fuck is going on here? Now, I'm going into my higher tier list. Starting off with The Blind Spot. I think this is a very slept upon TV show. Not a lot of people know about Blind Spot. Now imagine this, right? In this show, the FBI stumbled upon a Jane Doe. She's lost all her memories, but she's covered in a lot of tattoos. Those tattoos might seem ordinary, but in hindsight, they're basically secrets, diaries of a terrorist group, and the FBI interprets those tattoos in order to get ahead of terrorists. It's a good show. The ending was a little bit controversial for me. It was speculative. I didn't like it. I don't like speculating about the end of a TV show. Give me a concrete end, a definitive end. I like when my shows end properly. Don't keep me guessing. I hate that shit. Next up, Altered Carbon, another goated show from Netflix. Only had like 2 seasons. I wanted more. Okay. Imagine that human life could be transferred via SIM cards basically. You can't die. All you have to do is just upload your memory to a card and could transfer your body, your consciousness to a different body. You could live on forever. It was a goated show. But at the end, I think it lost track of what it was trying to be. No wonder it was cancelled. Next up, Teen Wolf, another goated show. My best interpretation of werewolves. I've seen Twilight. No, I don't like when my werewolves are dogs. Although you could say that those are scary werewolves, but I prefer my werewolves to be like that of Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf for me had a lot of lore behind werewolves. You had the Beast of Javadan. You had people like Peter who could transform into ferocious and deadly beasts. You had people like what's his name? Dude, the Demon Wolf. That guy was goated as well. I love Teen Wolf until they killed Allison. Then I started to feel very strange. Okay, she was a baddie. I liked her there. They shouldn't have killed her off, but it was a good decision. And then they decided to bring her back into They decided to bring her back. They decided to resurrect this bitch in the movie, which to me, it spoiled that movie. They shouldn't have done that. Next up is Dark Materials. Now this show is a little bit disturbing. At the end of the show, it became a tug of war between heaven and earth. Angels wanted to take over Earth. It's a good show. I felt good watching it. Highly recommend. Vikings. Vikings to me was a good interpretation of Vikings. Yes, it was. I loved every bit of it until they killed my boy Ragnar. That guy went out like a G, being beaten by snakes in a pit, but he never cried for mercy. He never begged like a bitch. He went out in a blaze of glory. Although it hurt me a lot that they killed him off. He was my main character. He was my boy and they just killed him off. Yeah, to me after that, I watched a few seasons and I stopped watching it. It just fell off for me. Doctor Who, especially the Matt Smith and David Capaldi doctors, those guys gave me a very good depiction of the Doctor. Funny, intelligent, witty and charismatic. I loved Doctor Who. I loved it growing up. And then you want to talk about his companions, Amy and Clara, 2 baddies, of course. I never go wrong with having baddies by your side. Although Clara died, which hurt as well, but definitely a good TV show. NOS 482. This TV show was creepy as hell. It's basically Peter Pan, but worse. This creep of a guy kidnaps children and turns them into his ghouls. He sucks the happiness and life out of children. He turns them into little gremlins, into demons. This show basically was horror to me. I recommend it. Had only 2 seasons. It was a great run. Came to a great conclusion. I loved it. Great TV show. Next up, Westworld. Westworld's theme was deeply philosophical and psychological. It was a very deeply thought out TV show until the end. The last season just felt off to me. I didn't understand where it was going. I didn't know what direction they wanted to go with it, but it was a good TV show. At least first 3 seasons, to me at least, I think were good. Definitely recommend. Next up, The Blacklist. Red Reddington, my man. The best criminal mastermind I've ever seen on TV. That guy has so much aura. He has so much of my respect. And Agent Keen, his daughter, at least I think she was. Or maybe she wasn't. The show was off and on that. We didn't know, we knew. They hinted at it. We guessed, we theorized. Maybe they were father and daughter. We never knew. It was never confirmed. But their chemistry was great. Until she died. Damn it. Why do these TV shows like killing off my main characters? Why? I love these characters. Although the actor for Agent King wanted to leave the show, but still, it could have been a better send forth for that character, not just killing her off. After that, the show just slipped away from me. I have this thing where if you just kill off my favorite characters, I just give up on watching that show. I just toss it to the back of my mind and move on with my life. Stop doing that. It doesn't serve any purpose. Next up, Raised by Wolves. Yeah, this only had 2 seasons, but it was good. It was good enough. It was so good, in fact, I started to question religion. That's how good it was, the show. I can't remember much of it as well, but I do remember questioning my faith at some point. It was a good show. The Bear. Guys, I've never seen a more dysfunctional family on TV in my entire fucking life. This show is this show depicts what a dysfunctional family looks like. The back and forth, the roasting, the love, most of all. They loved each other. They're a family at the end of the day. But then again, a family can also be very dysfunctional. It gives room for growth at the end. It's a good show, The Bear. It's not just about cooking. The dishes are nice and all, but I think I'm there for the family dynamic. It's a good show to me because of the family dynamic and not just the cooking. Highly recommend. The Sandman, also released by Netflix. This is a DC character, to be frank. Netflix did a good job adapting him. I felt every nuance of this character. He's very closed off. Looking outward, you think he's this tough, scary guy, but inward, he was truly troubled. He's a being of omnipotence, if I can put it that way. He's dream of the endless. He's powerful. I think he can take on most primordial beings. One of my greatest shows of all time, I'd say. Tokyo Vice. I forgot about it. I put it right behind The Bear. Tokyo Vice. It's also one of my favorite shows. Just mention the Yakuza and I'm there. Anything concerning the Yakuza, I'm there. Okay. Japanese gangsters. I love it. It's a cool show. It's a very good show. I also recommend it. From. Yeah. This show has given me a new meaning to terrifying creatures of the night. It's horrific as hell, this TV show. Creatures in it are like vampires, but more sadistic. These creatures are sadistic fucks. Okay. They take pleasure in torturing you. They laugh when they rip you to shreds. They take joy in causing human harm. This show is riddled with a lot of mysteries. I love mysteries, but I can't wait for them to be answered. The creatures of the night in this TV show seem unkillable. In fact, I think that they are. For now, at least. We don't know yet. We don't know. One of them was killed, but got resurrected through a ghost baby. Don't know how the fuck that works. You can't escape because you're trapped in a town with them. All you have for protection are sigils you keep in front of your door, preventing them from crashing in. Truly terrifying. They mock you, they taunt you, they coax you into making mistakes, bro. These are some serious demons. They're out for blood. That's the only thing that keeps them going. Killing. Highly recommend From. Can't wait for the next season. I consider this to be the greatest TV show of all time. I don't care if you don't agree with me. Argue all you want. But to me, this is the greatest TV show of all time. Drum roll please. Mr. Robot. Now, this TV show broke my heart. Okay. It was traumatizing. It traumatized me for a while, but I can say that I loved every second of binge watching that show. When I discovered that Mr. Robot was an alternate personality to the main character. The main character is an ethical hacker, but he created Mr. Robot all for the sake of protecting his sanity. Basically like Moon Knight, but a better character. Dude was Dude was, I'm sorry to laugh, but he was molested by his father. So what was his coping mechanism? He had to create another version of himself, a superior version of himself, to protect him and his mind from losing control. Mr. Robot, to me, remains one of the best things I've ever laid my eyes on. The acting was phenomenal. Actors, chemistry, everything. Great. Surely you would agree with me. Those are my thoughts on my favorite TV shows of all time. Top tier TV shows of all time. Thank you. Goodbye.